Big bag. Big mama.
How will we get out of here? Granted, I'm not really a cat, but I still don't like being underwater.
Soon, Proshka. As soon as we get to the Vodyanoi.
You could always stay here with the other demons, you know.
As if that'd be any better.
Rest a bit, Vasa. We still have 1 day of travel.
1 day. Okay.
I do think the Vodyanoi sent you as my guide.
I think he sensed your power, but he didn't tell me this.
What kind of demon is he anyway?
Yep.
The Vodyanoi has been ruling over the local rivers and lakes for a long time. He was here long before the new god. His palace is at the very depths of the Bluestone. His riches are immeasurable. Ushkuiniks brought him sacrifices, as well as millers, fishermen, beekeepers. Everyone who works near the river or a lake has to deal with the Vodyanoi. Us two drowners.
How
Pukunoi,
far is it to the
Pukunoi.
palace?
Not far. Rest a bit now, and then we'll get to it.
This road looks old. Vakul also has complete economy here. With
The drowners that have been here a long time are saying that this road used to be sacred. Each night, the old gods used to walk it. Now everything's changed to the new rules, and that's why Vakul is angry.
What do you remember from your past?
I remember my father. He brought me up by himself. I remember very little. Nothing else comes to mind.
Don't worry, Evdokia. You'll remember.
Oh, Vasya, who knows? I'm dead, aren't I?
Yeah.
What was I doing, Lord Almighty? What will happen to me now?
I don't know.
We, the dead, know only one thing. It's better to be alive.
Underwater spirit.
An eel emerges from the seaweed, followed by a burbot. After several moments, you are surrounded by a swarm of eels and burbots that move through the seaweed as a huge herd. You soon notice the shepherds. Several drowners with paddles direct the group to a destination known only to them. The drowners stop the fish to talk to you. It turns out that this school of fish was part of a wager that some Vodyanoi lost to Vakul in a game of cards. They are...
Makasih. 150 gigi. Wow. Tangan apa itu? Oh. Kukira tangan. Oke, masih bisa. Juga bisa nyepit ya. Berbet apa?
An old grave. Can make out the name.
Oh, kuburan ternyata. Loh, go back. Ini apa ini? Tanya dulu dong. Masa langsung ke sana? Oke,
I
Mermaid
heard
berkaki.
this is where Bakul collects the graves of his victims. As soon as anyone drowns, a gulbets grows here.
Oke.
We could perhaps find your name here.
I didn't even think of looking here. I want to go home now.
The Vadinoi may agree to let you go. I'll have to think this through. I'll go take a look at the grave.
I feel a kind of kinship with that gulbets over there. No, I won't approach it.
What's that cave over there?
It belongs to the Vadinoi. Dead men are forbidden to go there. I can show it to you, though. You're not dead yet.
Oke, let's
Enough
go.
rummaging in the cemetery. Enough.
Are you ready to continue on?
Wait, I forgot something here.
Oke. Bentar, harus lihat dulu.
You find the grave the Rusalka pointed out and wipe away the cold silt from the wooden tablet. Indeed, it is the grave of Pahom's daughter. Near the grave, you find Yevdokia's old cross.
Take the cross. Oke. Banyaknya. Mau mana? Eknofil. Wah, banyak banget. Oke, di mana kau? Masih bisa. Bukan kayaknya terlalu banyak untuk sebuah kuburan. Oke, ternyata harus balik lagi. Jalannya kemana lagi? Benar-benar kuburan.
I heard this is where Vakul collects the graves of his victims. As soon as any...
Enough rummaging in the cemetery.
Are you ready to continue on?
Yes, show me the...
Yaduh. Oke, lumayan.
This cave feels old.
This cave is closed to the dead. Vakul doesn't allow it.
Will you go there with me?
He'll let you out. I'm not sure about me.
So no one's ever been in this cave?
They say a drowner entered it, but Vakul punished him later. He ate him, I think.
Iya, hukumannya dimakan, hebat.
Why do you think he forbids entrance?
Maybe he keeps treasure here. Maybe he put some monster inside to keep an eye on it.
Talk later.
Oke. Wow. Wow. Siapa yang pernah tinggal di sini? Manusia gua.
Some pieces of copper are lying in a chest. All the walls used to be decorated here, but now it's all been washed off.
Rays of light lead the way into the depths of the cave.
Gone.
The winding paths lead you to a huge altar. Who and how performed services here? You stop in hesitation.
Throw some coin.
A
Oh.
drawing that appeared on the wall looks more recent than the others. It depicts a lizard-like pike. You think you've seen an image like that, but wasn't it a bear? You return from your thoughts to the present moment when you notice a sudden blue flash. A silver mask lies on the altar.
Ambil jangan.
You brush the dust off the ancient mask and exit the cave.
Oke, cuma dapat kopeng. Tapi lumayan.
The Rusalka finally leads you to the Vodinoi's palace gates. They're guarded by two watchmen who, as it seems, are unable to find common ground in an argument.
Ya, tuh.
No, I cursed and cursed. It's you who didn't curse enough.
You can't even talk straight, not to mention tear some nets.
Oh, Rusalka.
You again, my little friends. I'm leading the nowhere to Vakul, as he told me to.
We're busy. Come another day.
Maybe we can just swim over them?
We can't. There's sorcery here. There's only one entrance to the palace.
Ya, tuh.
Listen, dead man.
Yes.
Vakul called me here himself, and if you won't let me pass, he'll be even angrier.
Even angrier.
Precisely. So move, why don't you?
Wait.
Ya, smart
Have an
banget pakai
order.
sekali.
Only let the knowers in. So, if you're a knower, you should be able to answer this riddle of ours.
Oke.
Very well. I'm good at these sort of things.
It purrs and purrs, but won't pour out.
It runs and runs.
But won't run out.
It pours and pours, but won't pour out. It runs and runs, but won't run out.
Apa ya? Whisper, but not purr. Just run, but won't run. Sampai akan habis. River.
It's a river. I've heard more difficult ones.
Well, that's correct. All right, go through.
Thank you.
But how?
Your riddle is to blame.
You leave the angry drowners and go on your way.
Thank you, Drowner.
The interior of the Vajinoy's palace doesn't look like old fairy tales. There are old planks instead of the crystal walls,
Ya,
and the
tuh,
place is
lawannya
overgrown.
gitu.
Patient. You never know what kind of pests might be hiding in the old palace. Your vigilance pays off. A couple of chorts step out from the darkness.
Oke, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That, all that. Swipe. Aduh, sejak pas saya aja. Get house.
Near the empty gatehouse, you find a huge herd of cows. Among the animals walks an exhausted peasant. He notices you and rushes over to you.
Oke, ini adalah sapi dalam danau.
Christ almighty, immortal man.
Why? Kenapa kok ada di dalam air?
She's alive and not haunted.
Be careful not to crush the witch. Oh, I will drag you even further.
A witch? I should have known. There's no other Christian soul around here except for mine. This is where I die.
Don't be so quick to write me off as a spirit.
Takut
I
bantu
can
dia.
help you if you need me to.
You can? Praise the Lord. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
But it won't be that easy to get you out. I think we should order a prayer. Then Vakul will let you go himself.
Take it. Here's the money I've made here.
Thank you.
I'm from Nekrasova village. Find my wife there. They've been searching for me. They'll order a prayer. I'm sure of it.
All right. I'll find your wife if I pass through there.
Oke,
Don't lose hope.
istrimu hilang.
The moved peasant catches a tear trickling from his eye and bows deeply before you.
Một cha nhói. Are you coming? Banyak emas sekali ya.
The treasures of the Vodyanoi consist of all sorts of things. Silver and gold coins, icon frames studded with precious stones. There aren't any icons in the icon frames.
Ambil jangan. Janganlah.
While looking at this corpse, Vakul sold it. You'd never know that this is how he makes new drowners.
So that's how drowners come to be.
Unless I announce you to the Vodyanoi, he won't show himself. Ready?
What can you tell me about him?
He's old, has his quirks. He's winning today, so he should be in a good mood. Listen, if he offers you gold, don't take it. Ask for fish scales instead.
Oke. Dia menawarimu. Emas jangan diambil.
It's all
Oke.
different here in this. Unless I announce you to the Vodyanoi, he won't show himself. Ready?
Wait a moment.
Tanya dulu si droner ini.
So, got what you were after, Wedge. What else do you want?
Will the Vodyanoi be here soon?
That's none of your business. We wouldn't let you in anyway. He comes when he wishes to.
What kind of a duo are you anyway?
Who knows? Who knows? Perhaps we're future Vodyanoi.
Very well. We'll talk later.
Oke, kau siapa? Lah, what?
Unless I announce you to the Vodyanoi, he won't show himself. Ready?
Ya,
Yes,
itu
bring him
kakak.
in.
Oke.
Year after year, it's getting worse and worse.
Oke, tanya kecil yang gede gitu.
So you threw some coins on the old altar. You're not a simple girl. You can solve riddles, but that's only half of it. It means you speak the language of spirits.
Greetings, Vodyanoi grandfather. My name is Vasilisa.
I know your name. I know of everything in my kingdom. Do you think I couldn't get you this very moment unless I really wanted to? I wanted to see what kind of a human you are. You've been helping others. Found out the name of Rusalka. I don't approve of that. You have no business taking my servants away. Well, what brings you here?
Ya kau tahu semuanya, tapi menanyakan itu.
I wanted to ask you. What's been going on at the salt factory? Did you send the Rusalka and take the brine?
I have this acquaintance of mine. Demidov is his name. Do you know what he did when he built his factory? He threw a glove into the water. Then he took out the other glove, cut out 3 fingers of it, and threw it also into the water. Do you know why?
Demidov threw a glove into the water. Why is this?
Wah, kenapa dia mengangkat sarung tangan ke air? Talisman? Sacrifice?
He promised you a living human sacrifice.
Good job. I can see it's no accident that you can breathe underwater. Did you guess the number of lives?
One glove, followed by another one with 3 fingers cut off.
1. Pelajaran terbit. Oh ya. Uh, 7.
5 finger on one glove and 2 on the other. He promised you 7 offerings.
Hey.
Correct, witch. You certainly do have knowledge. 7th round. Later I'll put them to work in a circle to remember the days of old. Not for you to set them free. And what now? I'd be content with some fisher pouring vodka into the lake.
Ya, tuh. Dasar.
I won't stand for this. Your salt walker also promised me a sacrifice, but he wasn't very eager with making good on it. But I'll take what is due.
You yourself dragged Evdokia to the bottom.
Yes, I myself. Before his salt works, he had a water meal. That's when we made a contract. For this violation, he paid with his daughter.
What?
Wasn't eager to pay the tribute for his factory. He's paying for it now.
So you're to blame for all these deaths.
Mind who you're talking to, witch. I took only what's mine to take. For your words, I could turn you into a drowner, but today I will be kind.
How does he get the brine back now?
Do you want to know what to do next? I'll tell you, but you will have to do it properly afterwards. Don't you want to learn anything else?
To begin with, I wanted to ask you.
Rusalka.
I know the name of the Rusalka. Let her go. Now!
Do I look like a bandit to you? Does she look a bride? She can't be saved by a name. She's already dead. You can't bring anyone back from the afterlife.
Ya, tuh.
No.
You are talking about your book. She doesn't have anything like that.
Yeah, I am book.
She will do her time with me. When it is her time to return to the surface, I will let her go to heaven or hell. That is not for me to decide. And certainly not for you.
I wanted to ask you. What's this cave with writings on the walls?
I've been living here for a long time. Everything used to be different here. There used to be a grave. I kept what's left. Old traditions shouldn't disappear. I simply want to let them.
I wanted to ask you. I need to break the seal on the book.
I know this book, and I know how to break the seal.
Oh, thank you.
I'll break it if you do my bidding.
I wanted to ask you. How do I get the brine back?
Do you want to know what to do next? I'll tell you, but you will.
Tell me what you want.
Yes, now there's a good witch. I need a helper on land. You will go to the boathouse that's not far from Vilgard. You will find some bandits there. Lately, they too have forgotten to make offering to me. Make them restore this good tradition.
Okay.
All right, as you wish.
I like you, Vasilisa. We can become friends after I break the seal. I choose a gift for you. A chest of golden coins or a handful of fish scales.
I'll take the gold. You won't get much for fish scales on land.
Aduh, salah.
As you wish, witch. Now return to the surface. Well, have a nice
Oh, enggak juga ya.
trip.
Mungkin. Ya tahu deh.
Well, meet right after you fulfill my task. Perhaps at the old watermill of Bahom. I'll break your water seal, and the brine, it depends on Bahom. Surely I'll be able to find a couple of gloves.
You return to your senses on the bank of the Rusalka backwater. You spit out muddy water and inspect your things. Everything is where it should be. With a shudder, you clutch for the black book. It's also here. To your surprise, you find that the gold coins you took from the Vakul have turned into putrid fish scales.
Oke lah. Bener kan? Cuma emas itu berubah jadi tulang ikan.
Grandpa, I'm back.
Vasilisa, I did some divination, and then I went to the Church of the Trinity, did what needed to be done. That's why the water demon let you go.
The prayers may not be the reason. He had a task for me.
You tell old Yegor about the events of recent days.
So that Miller was Bahom. Interesting. A Vadinoi doesn't forget his subjects. Be on the lookout with this demon. He may try to pull one over on you.
I don't trust demons, just as you taught me.
And that's why you helped the Rusalka. That is not the same as a changeling girl.
Yep. Yep.
We need to be careful in our line of work, or you'll wind up beneath the earth. Anyway, we need to think about something else. Ask the bandits about Vakul. They might give you some advice.
All right, Grandpa. What kind of bandits make offerings to him?
I think river bandits. Not a rare sort nowadays. They may be escaped convicts or former factory workers. You're a powerful knower. They can't hurt you. Curse them if they try anything. Don't let them catch their breath.
Okay.
I met Rusalka. Do you think we can help her?
The Rusalka? She's dead already. How can you help a dead person? Well, I'm sorry, Vasilisa. I spoke without thinking. I don't think she has friend that can help her.
But I found her name. It must mean something.
You're saying she's Bahom's daughter? Let him think about it.
Can I at least free her from the Vadinoi?
That spirit holds on to his droners until their early time is up. He might let them go sooner, for the right price. Sometimes, of course, they can be saved with prayer. Vadinois who are weaker than ours have a lower price. What price will Vakul ask? No one knows. You can try it if you want to, but the seal takes priority. Don't you forget that.
Okay.
Do you think he will keep his promise about the salt and the seal?
Yeah.
I dealt with him once, also at a mill. Did everything he had to, but also took all that he could. A powerful shot. Now it's your turn. You'll beat him, never doubt that.
I see. Time to go.
All right. That pothouse of yours isn't far from Salatnova, to the west of Kusheva.
Nekrasova isn't far. One drowner asked me to help him.
I'll get Pahom in the meantime. God help you.
Nambah 4.
Could you maybe bring me a jug of milk? And some pruno, as much as possible, instead of bothering me with all that questions.
Yes, Vasilisa. Why won't you treat our guest with mash? Here you go, Proshka, lad. Take it.
Thank you, Grandpa. What a nice guy.
Since when are you getting along so well?
Since the time Proshka saved all our books.
Yeah, there were mice all over. They ate your books, you know? And I caught them all.
So it turned out not a bad thing to have any caught at home. He caught all the mice.
What else do you want to know?
What happened next? How did you live in a church?
Vasilisa. Hard to remember. As if all the memories were gone with the wind.
So, you don't remember anything?
Just a bit. Too little. Well, what you looking at? Try to live such a long time, and then we'll see how good you are with all this remembering business. I do remember living in a rich house where I always sat. As a susietka, I guess. And I looked over all 3 sides.
All 4, you mean?
No. I remember this quite well. 3 of them. Our side, 1 below, and 1 above. And then there was a wind. It blew at all times, cold, northern. And river shells whispered me something.
Sounds eerie.
No, it was all right. But it is not the whole story. Just give me some time, and I will have it all. What else do you want to know?
Why do you need a pruno? You're undead.
The undead need a treat from time to time, don't they? You know, they sometimes treat Sosietkas and the parents. Why am I any different? What else do you want to know?
Let's go. We'll talk later.
Cheater, siapa lagi?
God
Oh.
bless, Igor Yevlampovich. Vasilisa.
Howdy. I thought you decided never visit my izba ever again.
Oh, if God wished it so, this place of yours scares me something terrible. I can just feel shorts looking at me from the forest. Necessity brought me here. No one can help me but you.
What happened? Is someone's dead?
Oh, no one. Praise the merciful Lord. Well, at least no man was killed. In a cemetery chapel we found a cow that's been missing for several months now.
We found a cow. Yang kemarin ya?
Sure. I remember that cow. That's the one we couldn't bring back from the Leshy. It's a good thing that you found it.
Well, it depends on how you look at it. It's been found dead. A horrible sight.
I heard that the chapel has been haunted lately.
Right. Weren't you the one who forbade me to exorcise the demons there? Why don't you tell me some more about that silly superstition of mine, huh?
Well, what can I say? I was wrong, Igor Yevlampovich. Help us, fools. Well, I'll be waiting for you in my church.
I think we should inspect that cow. I have a bad feeling about it.
That's all right. The cow can wait. I have more important things to do.
At the crossroads of 2 trade routes, you see the annual fair. Despite the late hour, trading is still taking place. Perhaps you
Tyrannic.
might buy something for your journey. A multitude of goods can be found. Prianics, as well as a variety of magic trinkets.
Book merchant.
What kind of wisdom do you possess? That which comes from above?
Low prices,
come and see for yourself. Buy some herbs and other goods I've brought for you from the woods.
Ya, habis. Oh, bisa dijual, cuy. Yang jual ini. Ini yang dijual. Ini apa ini? Dia ini bagus tapi jangan.
What? Want some pranics? I've sold every...
Player enggak. Ya tuh. Siapa lagi kalian? Mati sih semuanya udah. Mati semua, cuy.
The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business.
Cari yang itu istri yang
You soon
tadi.
find the izba where the missing peasant's family lives. It turns out that he is one of the villagers trying to reach the Sultanovka bank. You tell his wife that she must recite a prayer. The shaken woman recognizes you as a witch and trusts your every word.
Aku akan beri dia. Wow, kasihan.
You give her all the money the Vajinoy's servant gave you. The grateful peasant woman gives you some healing herbs for the road. After some thought, you ask her to light a candle for a certain Rusalka that you know. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. Everyone you ask knows about the pothouse, but tells you that it is a wicked place for wicked people. As it turns out, the bandits have become even noisier as of late, but no one has seen them in nearby villages. One of the people you talk to crosses himself and tells you that there's something demonic going on in this pothouse. With a shaky voice, he tells you about a logging area to the west. You can't get anything else out of him. The silent village is getting ready to sleep.
I hear someone shouting. Okay, yang nyanyi.
You hear the lingering sounds of songs long known to you. You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song. On the frozen logging site, everything is silent, even birds and insects. Knowing this to be a sign of evil spirits, you open your book. Several fat logs are lying on the glade ahead of you near an old fire, and some items are scattered about it. By the roots of a notably large fallen pine, you see the mouth of a hole. The closer you get to the logging site, the stronger the smell of decay. You recoil involuntarily when you
Ada
spot
mayat.
the bodies stuck into the rough holes in the trunks. Overcoming your disgust, you inspect the corpses. Many of the dead have weapons. It would appear they used to be bandits. You feel the stench of death in the air. It seems no one has been here for a long time. The hole breathes with the dampness of a graveyard. At the bottom of it, among roots that look like paws of exotic beasts, you see an empty chest. Upon closer inspection, it proves to be quite old. It would seem that this small chest was buried a long time ago.
Gak bisa ya. Ya ini gimana ini? Balik lagi ternyata.
A ray of light from a suddenly opened door of the village shop pierces the darkness. A young lad with an accordion strapped across his back runs into the street. A moment later, a shop owner emerges, spewing curses and chasing after the musician. You are somewhat familiar with the accordion player. This dashing youth is often invited to vichorkas and celebrations. You whisper a zagaver, and the merchant clumsily falls onto the dirty road. Judging by his angry yells, you guess that the young man has stolen a box of sweets from his shop. You think he casts a narrow-eyed glance in your direction before he disappears. The merchant spits on a neighbor's hen in frustration, knowing he won't be able to catch the musician.
That scoundrel! Sure take him! He'll pay me back, he says. I know all about him paying back. I won't see a half kopeck until Christmas.
I know this man. Should I get him back for you?
If only you could. I know him as well, but still. If only my boy was at the counter. I bet he's gone divinate into the ovens again.
Behind those barns?
Yes? Is anything wrong?
Do they have any idea how to perform divinations?
Nothing bad will happen to them. Sure take them. Youngster, have no patience. Can I help you? Get going.
But what if I wanted to buy something?
Yeah, right. The devil you roaming around at night. Get lost.
The merchant shuts the door in front of you. You can only continue on your way.
Gitu ya babi gitu.
The narrow path leads you to a silent bee garden.
I can hear you walking. Come out to the light.
Greetings, beekeeper.
Ah, a traveler. Well, come in. Make yourself at home in my bee kingdom. My name is Panko.
The beekeeper proceeds to write something on birch bark.
Are you writing a Leshy charter by chance?
Heaven forbid. I'm calculating my income for the summer. The bee queen spawns grubs every day. So I get a lot of new bees. If only I had enough houses for them. This Vajanoi helps me. There's Chorts Creek nearby. The bees drink their water there. I threw something in the water recently. A bottle of vodka and a loaf of bread. So my bees wouldn't die off this winter.
Kau yang
I see. If you're having a good year, maybe you have something to sell.
Come and take a look. Are you interested in some healing herbs?
Have you heard about the local Vajanoi?
Well, they say all sorts of things. I heard this one story from an old woman I know. Thing is, I can tell a mighty scary story. Might make your hair stand on end.
20 gila. Apa-apa. Banyak.
The black shape of this Avin looks like a beast ready to pounce. When you peek through the slightly open door, you gasp. Aviniks have stuffed the children into the stove and are arguing about something.
Let us into your ravine, kind host.
Which? I can sense Galdoons from a mile away. Well, come in. You've already invited yourself.
Damn Navinix. They always looking to eat somebody.
What's with the children? Did you kill them?
Not yet. We're deciding on who gets to do it. Well, what are you looking at? They came for divination. Or could it be you, who also came to grab a bite? Come on. Take off the icons. They're nasty to the touch.
I could find a use for these icons.
3 children lay in the stove. One turned out not to have a cross. The others have small icons hanging on their necks. You take them.
I came for the children. They're my prey. The merchants send them to hell? I know, and their chorts send me precisely for that reason. The real chorts, mind you, not some household spirits.
That's the first time I've heard such a thing. Prove to us that charts sent you.
These Aviniks want to see chorts. Well, I know where I can get plenty of those. Look, I have a book of sorcery.
What of it? If it were a holy book, we would be scared. But this one, we thought we had.
Oke, lawan dia. Cannot use her patron. No problem. That you.
After the Aviniks disappear, the children return to their senses. They remember what happened, only in part. You remind them of the necessities of a protective circle by properly boxing their ears. Someone's figure stands black at the forest's edge. You can't make out who's waiting for you on your way. You clutch your book tighter. A human voice answers you. You come closer and recognize the accordion player you met from Sultanova village.
Vasha, I knew it was you in the village.
What do you need? You're on your way already.
I wanted to thank you. You tripped him and I managed to escape.
Yeah, tripped. Right.
Here, take a sweet for the road. I need these sweets for business, but I'll pay them back first thing tomorrow.
You must be carrying these for the girls, as usual.
Such accusations all of a sudden. Nothing of the sort. I'm going to a pot house. I've been asked to play for a birthday, I think.
Fetka plays a riff on his accordion.
I think if I bring a present along, they'll pay me more.
To a pot house, you say? Have you been there before? What kind of place is it?
No, I haven't. It used to be an abandoned isba. Now I hear that each night it becomes a noisy pot house. So it must be fun. Oh, a fine pot house it must be.
Who called you there?
God knows. The other night I met some lad by my isba. Come to the pot house, he says. Gave me some money in advance and promised more afterwards.
Why couldn't you buy sweets with that money?
I hid them away right after, just in case. Come on, don't fret. I'll pay it back later.
I've heard wicked people reside there.
I don't care. Even church won't hurt an accordion player.
Really, you haven't met Chorts. You wouldn't know if you did.
Not everyone is brought up by a knower.
God help you. I have business of my own.
Wait, where are you going yourself?
I'm going to the pot house too. I need to check up on this birthday.
Oh, how wonderful. Let's go together.
Yeah, wonderful. Sorry, but I'll have to go alone. First, I need to drop by Nekrasova.
Look what's going on there. Men and women crawling like flies. Let's go.
You don't have time to interject, and the musician drags you along. Peasants are gathering on the banks of the river. Each has several loaves of bread in their hands, which they are throwing into the river, and watch as they drift downstream. The musician calls out to them, and strides confidently towards them.
Well met, Nekrasova. What are you doing here? Feeding?
They're looking for a drowned man. He can be found where a loaf sings, so they...
Yes, one man from our village went missing. We can't find him.
I think I know who you're talking about. You won't ransom him from a Vodinoy with bread, and not from your Vodinoy for sure.
And how do you know that?
Her grandpa is a knower. She's a knower too.
But what can we do to make him drift ashore? Tell us if you know.
If you want to ransom him from Yovodinoy, you'll need coins for that. Throw an odd number of each time, 3 or 15.
How much money will it take? Where can we get that amount? We struggled even to get this bread.
Okay,
Here, take this. It's not much, but it should do.
Well, Washa, quite a wealthy girl you are.
Keep quiet. Don't go counting my money.
We thank you for this. We'll be searching for him until spring this way.
You say goodbye to the peasants and go on your way. Soon, you are able to rid yourself of the musician, who stays to chat with some of his new acquaintances. You pass a small settlement that has no name yet. On the village edge, you notice a fat barrel rolling to the west. It turns out that the barrel is rolling to the pothouse. Sometime later, several chorts fly out of it, transform into whirlwinds, and fly away so fast that you have no time to read a zagavar. Approaching the barrel, you notice that it used to be full of mash, but it is empty now.
Pothos, I'm coming. Kira Pothos itu seram, ternyata pesta.
A large isba, a fine one.
The peasant holds his head and wipes away a single tear from time to time.
Are you all right?
Oh, girl, what are you doing here? Get out of here while you still can. This is an evil place.
I know it is. That's why I'm here. I found dead bandits in the forest, at the logging site. It would seem that demons killed them.
That's what happened. Run while you yourself are still alive.
If you're so scared, why aren't you running too?
I can't escape the shorts. They left me here while they're drinking in the pothouse. Later, they'll ride me to hell.
Wow.
Dear God, so you're dead?
I used to spend quite a bit of time in this pothouse. Now it's time to pay the bill.
Yaduh.
Perhaps I can save you. I know how to deal with chorts. I have a pastor full of my own.
You can't help me, but you can pick on a chort if you like. Here is the key from the back door. You can go in if you want to.
What can you tell me about the pot house?
A wicked place. Oh, wicked people. So it was. And it's worse now.
Why are you crying?
What? I'm not crying. I won't cry. No matter what fate befalls me.
Man.
You hear?
Berarti kita tanya dulu ke yang sirene.
What of a chorka they're having here. I see the musician has already got there. I have business with your chieftain.
Ha! He has no business with you. Go, before Cassian has seen you.
I'm a witch from Vilgard, if you really want to know.
And I am Zao, the entire Perm Gubernia.
Oke. Kita masuk ke dalam belakang.
You can hear the sounds of an accordion and lively conversation. The door is locked. The lock falls to the floor with a thud. The door is open.
Masuk.
The fun starts to gather momentum, while the sky behind the window is getting dark.
There used to be a red corner here. The pothouse's owner doesn't even look at me. These ones don't even want to talk to me.
Hey, si accordion.
The accordion player winks at you while playing his instrument.
I knew your life wouldn't be the same without me. You came to see me, Vasilisa, my dear.
Don't tempt fate, Fyodor.
I'm only kidding. The fun starts at night.
Aren't you afraid of Wicked Man?
What's there to be afraid of? Everyone likes a good accordion player. I tell you, the devil himself doesn't frighten me. I won't let anyone hurt you either.
I found something. I think demons are to blame for it. Perhaps the bandits are all dead by now.
The stories you tell, Vasilisa. You and your old man, always first-rate jokers.
This is no joke, Fetka.
Oh, stop it, Vasya. You'll make me miss my notes.
What were you saying about fun?
Some guy tells me here that as soon as it gets dark, we'll start treating our guests so well that he'll be in heaven. That's the gist of it.
Huh. Interesting. We'll talk later.
All right. Here, sit on the bench. Listen to my fine playing.
Oh gitu. Oke.
The fun starts to gather momentum, while soon the peasants are dancing so hard that the walls around them start to shake. After some time, the crowd is having so much fun that the accordion player is lifted up and thrown into the air to cheers. The most noticeable in the crowd is a large man. Is this the game, Chief? You notice that the pothouse visitors approach a glass jar that stands by the window and smears something around their eyes. Having carefully picked out this moment, you reach the item. You've had a bad feeling about this pothouse for a while, And now it has turned to horror. Your suspicions prove true. Everything around you was an illusion. The accordion player wasn't thrown into the air without malice. You take out the black book, but the chief of the short swarm calls you out.
I think my stables will see another witch added to it. What a day. Whatever brought you here, madam?
The musician is trying to get out of the noose with all his strength.
I know that you killed the local bandits.
They found what they shouldn't have. That is, us. I can't say we weren't grateful, though.
Okay.
You killed them all? Why?
The accordion player fights back a little less fiercely.
Do we require a reason? We're evil spirits, girl. But you ask your questions. I have plenty of time.
The Vadinoi needs his offerings. How do I get them from you?
It seems that the musician is almost completely exhausted at this point.
Oh, you won't get anything from us. We're the ones creating problems, not solving them.
Noticing the musician losing his strength, you get out your black book.
Stop your blabbing! You're going to hell alone with your pack.
We'll see who goes to hell. I'll turn you into a mare and hitch you to a cart.
Crash patch. Ay,
Keep at it, and your friend here will join us sinners.
Don't count on it.
You will follow right after.
Good. Bangke lah. Ini mana attack-nya? Aduh. Gak ada. Mati dong aku. At. Butuh damage.
Keep at it.
Don't count.
Yeah, well, that you.
When Mikolka the Chort falls, his flock flies screaming from the windows and doors. You quickly release Fedka from the noose. He seems to be still breathing, but there's no trace of his usual hubris. To your surprise, the Chort hasn't yet vanished like the rest.
Wait, Khaldun, I will help you.
What? You're looking to serve me? I have plenty of charts of my own.
But I am a strong Chort, you've seen it yourself. I'll prove myself useful more than once.
First, tell me this. What happened to the bandits?
Yep.
They dug up an old treasure chest and was buried here a long time ago by Usquinix. It was guarded by strong sorcery. Not strong enough to kill all the bandits, but still. I think something went wrong with the Zagavor, or maybe the place there is special. We were bound to guard it, regular Chorts we were. When they opened the chest, we took what we were due. All of their heads. The residue of the sorcery created this phantom.
I don't think Vakul will be too happy.
And after that, we started gathering the cursed ones around the area. I turned the sinners into horses and drive them into hell. Everything had been going so well until you came. The Zagavor was so strong even the evil spirits used herbs to counter it.
Should I leave these Chorts here to roam around instead of the bandits? Let them make offerings to the Vadinoi. No, I have a better idea. You will make offerings to Vadinoi in place of the bandits. You can do what you want, but make sure you make offerings to Vakul in time. I have an agreement to keep. Swear it.
I swear it. I swear it. Thank you, witch. I will not let you down. I'll make offerings for as long as these brigands live.
After bowing to you, the grateful Chort vanishes into inky smoke. The accordion player has stood on the border between life and death, and seems to be different right now. On your way back, he is silent. You help Fedka get to the closest village and return home. You put Mikolka in charge of the offerings to the Vadinoi. Vakul should keep his word now.
And I was here by dawn.
Well done, Basha. You did a clever thing, making the Chort make sacrifices. They'll curse loads of peasants. That's going to be a lot of work for us.
Thanks, Grandpa. I've decided. We have no time to worry about men from Sultanova.
All right, you need to go to the mill. I already sent a salt worker there.
Do you think Vakul will break the seal?
He will. He has to. You did your part. He's going to do his. He's a demon of old. He honors agreements. But beware. If you ask for more, he'll ask for a ransom. Be ready for that.
I've been thinking about that Rusalka.
You could try to buy out her soul, but what's the point? He'll let her go in 50 years or so. She's dead. She can wait.
What should I watch out for at the watermill?
I think you should be ready for anything. That demon wanted to meet there for a reason. He has power there, as well as history.
I'm getting better and better with the book.
Ha! You bet. Knowledge is light. The longer you hold on to this book, the brighter it shines, and the taller the shadow is behind your back. Doesn't matter who holds this book, a girl or an old man. This shadow keeps growing, and in time will cover villages, peasants, friends, and family. Finally, it gets to you.
Well, time to go to the mill.
It's not far from Gaina village. You won't get lost there.
Ah, Vasilisa, here you are. I've been thinking about that wind and three sides and river shells.
So you've remembered about being Sosiedko in that spa?
Now, I think we should go back in the church in Yenidor. Maybe something will come up there.
Let's go. But is there anything left?
We'll search near the foundations, in the cellar. All secrets are hidden underground. You know that better than most. When we'll be in Galbets, maybe then I can tell some future. I'm a Sosiedka after all.
Go to the church. Okay. Come on, Proska.
Proshka stops every now and then. Circling around a bit, he hesitantly proceeds on his course. It seems as if something is bothering the demon. Something about the road ahead that he hasn't himself realized yet. At the next stop, a gust of wind blows dust in your face. Could it be a demonic wedding? You jump into prickly roadside bushes, dragging Proshka with you. After a few moments, the wind dies down. The road whirlwind is a harbinger of a northern night. The wind bends the trees and sends dust and leaves flying to the empty spaces of the Yanidor crossroads. Somewhere deep in the forest, a lone wolf begins his song. Proshka stops in hesitation once more.
What a wind.
Why are you standing there, Proshka?
I remembered. I used to visit this place often. Perhaps when I was alive, one of the churches. Doesn't look like my church was worshipped much, does it?
All you think is about being worshipped. What else could happen in the crossroad that tied Proshka to this place? Maybe you celebrated a holiday here. Maslenica.
Ah, yes. The Yuletide. I sense sorcery here.
All right, let's go to Yenidor. I bet we can find something there.
Anginnya besar banget.
The old bridge creaks from the cold wind, the cold water of some swampy river rippling beneath it. In the middle of it, you notice forest chorts looking at you with their cold, lifeless eyes from the reeds.
What's got hell?
The demon needs only lift his paw for the forest spirits to scramble in panic. You look at him in amazement. Was this his doing? Or do the spirits know about the power of the Black Book?
What? Want some pranics? I've solved everything already.
Ah, ini aku butuh yang gitu.
The northern wind bends the treetops. Their rustling fills the swamps with a rhythmical noise, in which you hear the whisperings of leshis and the wings of demons flapping beneath the ground. You stop for a minute, thinking of how ancient these forests truly are. How many centuries have they stood here? How many centuries will they stand yet? Your meditations are interrupted by Proshka's grumbling. Yanidor is close.
Ding, 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 ding. Nah, kita kembali lagi ke sini. Bangunan yang dulu. Tapi ini dari belakang.
What a dump, right? Look at all this rotten wood. And it used to all be so fine. Don't just stand there, I said. There is the door to the undercroft. Open it.
This church looks empty now. Some pictures are mixed with the icons.
When you approach the old wooden planks, you feel a draft.
It's not as simple as that. Search the chests. Perhaps you'll find something.
What am I looking for?
How would I know? Now, don't look at me like that. There are icons all over the place. It's bad for me to look at them, you know?
When you approach the old wooden planks, behind the planks you see a narrow crawl space leading deeper underground.
I've seen this idols, Vasilisa.
You've been in this dugout before?
Yes, but when? Was it long ago? Something is missing. As if one of the passes on the hunter's calendar has disappeared. Add it, and everything fits right into place.
The idols have river shells scattered around them.
Majestic idols of old are now lying in heaps in this dank and wet dugout. The eerie faces of the forgotten deities seem to emanate a cold draft. One of the idols is missing his carved face.
They're so majestic.
I've seen this idols.
You've been in this...
Yes, something is at it, and every...
The idols have river shells scattered around them.
Majestic idols of old are now lying in heaps in this dank and wet dugout.
Were they gifts from the people?
Terus kemana ini?
It's not as simple as that. Search the chests.
What am I looking for?
How? Nah, it's bad.
Oh, sini.
An ancient wooden angel is watching you indifferently. You peer into his face, and it looks as if he's wearing a wooden mask. You touch the mask, and it falls to your feet. Its image reminds you of the strange chorts depicted on the idols of the demons.
Old church books. And old kitchenware.
Behind the planks, you see a narrow... Majestic idols of old are now lying in heaps in this dank and wet dugout.
Ding, 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 ding. Di mana ini? Wow.
Vasilisa, I think I remember. I remember everything. But look, what's happening to me? That's right. That's how I used to look when they called me White. Hunters used to bring me river shells from the north, and I flew at the all-knowing wind with no rest and no respite.
Proshka, is that you?
Vasilisa, I remembered everything. All thanks to you.
Your name was Voipil. Who are you?
I used to be a god, the lord of the northern wind and master of the true people's destiny. Those who lived in the forests of Cherry. I was once powerful for a time. Other gods came and believed in me dwindled. Thou shalt not worship the idol of Voipil, and thou shalt not devout funeral feasts to him. And the lights of altars dwindled, and so did my powers.
Are those your idols beneath the church?
Yes, they are. It was my lost temple, this dugout. I still remember that woman. Didn't want to lose the old faith. She hid my idols and put my face on the angels. That's how I survived. As a demon, but in a halo of ecclesiastical glory.
Why all the shells?
This is my symbol, my ears. I used to be omnipresent in this area. I used to cool the ferocious flame of the sun with my wind. But that time is long gone. All that's left are these shells. Bones of the past, long forgotten.
What will you do now?
I'll stay with you. I am in your debt. It's not like I've suddenly grown in power. The universe has been turned upside down. The gods of old are today's demons. And so did I. When people forgot about me, I forgot about myself and lost my erstwhile power. But now my past has returned, along with some of my strength. I will help you, Vasilisa.
Thank you.
Who knows what other rebirths can I undergo?
Thank you, Phil.
So it turned out that our Proshka used to be a chute demon.
Dia bercahaya sekarang.
Jesus Christ!
Didn't expect that, Grandpa, did you? Perhaps now I'll be the one to tell you to hunt mice.
Unbelievable! I didn't think that such strong spirit would enter your service. I'm glad all the training worked out. Or is it the book? So, now you're going to stay with us?
Well, yeah. I'll live out my cat life with Vasilisa. I found mine, now I help Vasilisa find hers.
And no nagging about mice. You might be St. George himself, but you should still do your duty. While I still have my teeth, I'm the master of this house.
Don't worry, Grandpa. I'll take care of it. Consider the mice gone. How do you like my new fur? What a glow.
I don't know how to address you now. Proshka or Voipil?
Proshka it is. I've told you that I'll stay with you until all the seals are open. You've helped me, now it's my turn. I'm not scared of any charts. How can they possibly harm me?
What kind of spirit are you?
A chewed one. Hermans believed in me in the olden days. My powers have waned. I can catch mice, though.
You're helping me then again.
Yeah, and my power grows because of that. So I won't leave you.
You've remembered your past, but won't you forget it all once again?
Yes, you become that what you're doing. If you'll be a Sosietka for 100 years, then you'll become one. If you wouldn't have reminded me of the past, then who knows? Maybe I would have become a hairy old man then in another 100. Enough of this Sosietka business. When you free your guy, I go back to mountains. I will fly around like a free northern wind. I won't forget a thing that way.
And I was here by dawn. And I was here by dawn.
แย่เขาดูเขาอีก
Well done, Basha. You did a clever thing, making the Chort make sacrifices. They'll curse loads of peasants. That's going to be a lot of work for us.
Thanks, Grandpa. I've decided. We have no time to worry about men from Sultanova.
All right, you need to go to the mill. I already sent a salt worker there.
I'm getting better.
Ha! The longer you hold on to this book, the brighter it shines. Doesn't matter who holds. Fine?
Well...
It's not far from...
Bisa kan? Hello, old mate.
God be with you. I'm a fisherman from the northern lake, Vatti, Lord forgive. I came to ask for your help. Put some Zagavars on our mugs. Maybe it will help ward off evil spirits. They ruin all our nets.
Let me see. Oh, I can't heal here with Zagavars. You need to ask the Vodinoi for help.
Christ in heaven. All right, I'll try making a deal with them.
Near the old Izba, a man is scolding his wife. Half the village soon gathers to listen to the quarrel. Half the peasants take the side of the husband, while the other half support the wife. The subject of the argument turns out to be a saw that breaks down every other time. The man suspects that his wife is cursing it, while she insists she is innocent. This item looks like it's been repaired quite often. Looks like it was fixed by the local smith a couple of days ago. You think that the smith may know something about the defect and learn how to get to his Izba. You decide on your next actions. It turns out the mill has long since been abandoned and is rather notorious here. Hardly anyone is brave enough to get close to the building. The talk is, the Vodinoi still grabs passers-by and drags them to the bottom. You decide on your next actions. On the village street, you meet a strange peasant procession with chests and sacks. A peasant clutching a sleepy rooster walks in the lead. The people stop, noticing you on their way. The old women start to cross themselves, thinking you to be a bad omen. The man walking at the head of the procession addresses you.
Who are you, bareheaded wench? What are you doing here at night?
A rooster in hand and sacks full of clothing. What are these peasants planning? Bringing gifts to someone? Looks like they're offering the rooster as a sacrifice to the Susiatko. So they're moving. I'm a simple traveler who's lost her way. So, you're moving into a new Izba?
None of your business, wench.
I'm a witch doctor. I can help you move.
After a brief discussion, the peasants accept your offer. You make a sacrifice near the future hut while whispering Zagavars. Thankful people offer you some gifts.
And Chori.
You go past the new houses of the settlement and approach the Kama bank. The Vodinoi was sure to be followed by his retinue, dead men and drowners from the underwater domain. Breathing in the fresh night air, you draw a circle. The Chthonian guests show up almost immediately. Your recent acquaintances emerge from the river.
Is that you, witch?
Kalian lagi.
A witch! A witch!
You! What do you need here?
Vakul has gone to the watermill, so the border is thin, We came along to
help him deal with that girl also.
Keep quiet. Did crayfish eat your brains?
If you know the Vodinoi so well, maybe you can tell me how to help the Saltwalker and the Rusalka.
The Vodinoi took a liking to you. He likes knowers. He doesn't like that you helped the Rusalka with her name. He planned to live with her for a long time. What's he going to do with her now that she remembered her past? He was upset that you helped the shepherd. He got so angry. There were waves all over. Wakul is not in a good mood now. He'll probably demand a ransom. I don't know how much, but he won't ever let the Rusalka go. Only when her time comes. Like the rest of the drowners.
When my time comes, I'll become a Badinoi myself.
Keep quiet. Did crayfish eat your brains?
You sit here for a while and swim home. I'll go have a talk with the Vodinoi.
We'll see about that.
Smithy.
The smithy is built on the far end of the village to prevent fires. You knock at the door and shudder. The sound disturbs the heavy silence. The door opens. The first thing you see is a gun, and then the smith.
Who are you? It seems a bit early for Carolyn.
A man from Fyodorova sent me. Here, his saw is fixed poorly.
The smith puts down his gun and inspects the tool.
Lousily done. It's my work. But what can you do? I'm afraid to work for too long. You won't believe me.
I'm a knower. I've seen a lot of things.
Christ almighty. Well, listen. The devil himself visits me. He looks like an ordinary, God-fearing man, but smells of drink. He comes and tells me, shoe my horses. So I'm lifting the horse's hoof and see a human foot. This peasant has it backwards, hooves for feet, and he stares at me with these eyes. So I had to shoe a human foot. Lord, forgive me. I've been afraid to open the door ever since.
I think I know what kind of chorts smell of drink. I can drive the chorts away from you, Smithy. Go inside so that you're not killed by mistake.
You draw a circle and prepare.
Korofin.
The grateful smith fixes the tool and bows low to you. On your way back, you give the peasant the saw and receive your reward.
Okay. Tapi nggak bisa desain ya.
The wine shop is working until late. Warm light from its window pours onto the...
I see you're interested in books. You have a great one with you, I see. Is it old? I am not only selling drinks, you know. Care to look?
Jual apa? go dia.
On the riverbank, you see a peasant that used to look after the Vajinoy's cows. He is alive and obviously free, but his eyes are empty and he can't say a word. You know these things happen to regular people who have been through such experiences. You guide the man to the village and explain that he needs to get to his home, Nekrasova.
Well, watermill.
The mill rises above the pool of the river inflow. The izba is decrepit, and the water wheel is silent. The reeds around it rustle mysteriously. You're greeted by a salt worker.
Oh, Vasilisa.
I visited the Vodinoy and learned about your daughter. Don't you think it's something worth telling me?
How could I? God, this is all like in a bad dream. He took Yevdokia, but I didn't know he was the one to blame. And I didn't think for a minute that he would send her to kill people. I thought there was another Vodinoy. I thought I had escaped from that one. So much death, so many sacrifices. Sacrifices. I offered money, vodka, porridge. It's still not enough for Vakul. He only wants lives.
Did you make a pact with the Vodinoy here?
Yes. This is my old watermill. I used to work here. When I built it, I made a pact with Vakul. He tells me it's business as usual, so I thought I'd pay it off with rubles.
It's never that easy with demons.
Several years later, he started playing tricks with shadows. His way of asking for his sacrifice. I never wanted to hurt anyone, and so I refused him. He then took it for himself. I had an apprentice, a guy who poured grain. A fight, and the Vodinoy dragged him into the water. The demon drowned him. Do you understand? Then I abandoned that watermill. I couldn't stay there. I opened these salt works later. I thought he had already taken what was due. But it was never enough for him. Turns out he's the one who took my daughter. He killed my Dusha.
How did the Vodinoy find you in the salt works?
His factory is far away. I thought another Vodinoy managed this place. And so it used to be in the beginning. I managed to make some money milling the wheat. First I built a small factory, and then it expanded. We got along fine with another water demon. He did not want any human sacrifices. Then I gather Vakul beat him and took this river under his control. But I wasn't aware, and then he somehow learned about me.
What happened to your daughter?
My daughter. She had nothing to do with it. When Vakul found me, he, I think, wanted to teach me a lesson. Yevdokia went to Solikamsk in winter by sleigh. The ice broke beneath her. No one found my daughter, nor did they find the sleigh. That time, I didn't guess who was to blame. It's not the Vodinoy my grandfather told me about. God punished me. He sent the most devious one.
I think you'll be able to talk to Vakul today.
Oh, I will. That damn chort I will.
Oh, chort. Fuck with the
I
chort.
don't think you can handle him. Only I can. Besides, even I won't be able to kill him. Masters of nature are strong.
Do what you can.
I will. I think Vakul will show up sooner if you start the mill.
Can do. I already inspected it while I waited. I've opened the screen, but the wheel doesn't spin. The chute is worn out. I can patch it. These chutes can be patched. It's a pity some of them are too far gone. There aren't enough paddles on the wheel. Look around a bit. We should have enough here. Then we will start it. I'll wait for you inside. I'll fix what I can.
All right. I'll find some boards for you.
Mana tuh? Gak bisa diganti.
You found a fitting vane for a watermill wheel. You found a fitting vein.
The screen blocks water from going to the mill. The water drops from here to the wheel. If the Vodinoi doesn't help the miller, the wheel will break down very quickly, or stand still altogether.
Ah, Vasilisa. All right, 2 blades for the wheel. I've almost fixed the chute. Find some more blades for the wheel.
Mermaid, sedang apa kau
Why,
di sini?
My father, is he also here?
Yes, on the mill. Want to speak to him?
I can't. Vakul won't allow it.
He's not here yet.
I can't disobey him, no matter how much I'd like to.
I need the blades.
For the wheel, I know. Here's the blade. Take it.
The Rusalka gives you a part of the mechanism.
There's something in this name, Vakul. A bit of perm, you think? I feel he's close.
Ah, Vasilisa. Ah, you found one. Excellent. Well, we have everything we need to start the mill.
Vakul will appear as soon as we start the wheel. All right, it's time.
The salt worker quickly fixes the mechanism. He looks like he's done it plenty of times. Soon, the squeaky wheel makes one rotation, then another.
So, dia adalah Vakul.
The middle world. A grand place, beautiful. If only it didn't stink of the living.
Vakul.
My favorite witch and her cute little book. I am so glad to meet you again.
Greetings, Vodinoi.
Well, 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 Vakul.
Ah, my old acquaintance. Come to break another promise?
Father, I
didn't tell you to speak.
A water stream knocks the salt worker and the Rusalka off their feet.
You make a lousy guess, Vasilisa. Is it what we do in the Perm region? Steal serfs from their master.
There aren't any serfs anymore.
Silence! You made good on your promise. To go the road from its beginning to its end, honoring the promise. But I like you, witch. Tell me what you want.
Break a seal.
I need to break the seal on this book.
Happy to do business with you, witch.
Vakul touches the black book with a water stream. As soon as the seal breaks, the Vodinoi dives into the water, taking the Rusalka with you. The salt worker takes several steps towards
Yes.
the water. You feel ill at ease looking into his glassy eyes and face that suddenly have become aged. On your way back, you assure Pahom that the Vodyanoi will let the Rusalka go in a couple of decades. He doesn't hear you, thinking his grim thoughts.
Isn't that the most banal of a legend?
Maybe, but there's too many consequences. The drowners are talking about her. The girl is strong, they say. There are rumors coming from other spirits. Now they agreed to protect a wedding. She must think I would try curse it. If she sticks needles in me, I'll be left without any power. Go to Bakcha. They won't be expecting you.
Oke, siapa dia?
I have certain doubts about this. I've seen her in the village. Not everyone can handle that power.
You should be more confident. I haven't taught you for nothing. You should curse the wedding to be on an equal footing.
It won't be easy. But if she really has the book, I may finally be able to control this force.
Right. There you will find out. And if this is true, you can do anything you wish for. So goes the legend. Take a look at them first. I've sent charts throughout the area. It will be a good occasion.
But this wedding... I wouldn't want to curse peasants. You know how I am with demons.
Don't make me laugh. Who will you curse then? You think you can turn the procession? This thing happened last with my grandmother. Go back as soon as you take the book.
So be it.
Well, get ready. Amen to you.
What the hell is that?
Aha! And what happened next?
And I chose for him to break the seal.
Well done, Vasilisa. I myself couldn't have done it better. I remember my youth as a coldoon. Those were the days.
I got off easy, you could say.
That's right, you furry short. Go catch some mice.
Let the charts catch them. It's not a job that befits a Susietka.
Proshka, can cats be used to break the seals in the book?
All right, I'll catch some mice. It's not hard or anything. I'm not torturing you like your charts, after all.
Well, it's time to deal with the next seal.
The seal of the wolf. I was thinking about werewolves.
I haven't heard about them in Uyezd for a long time.
Proshka, can you turn into a wolf?
Nah.
That won't do. I need to think about this. In the meantime, go and deal with your business. Go visit your betrothed. It's time. I may come up with something.
All right, Grandpa.
Mahal. Well, let's do sequel. Okay. Wow. Bersambung. Bye.